professional, which is a teacher's assistant. Well, that entails supporting the teacher and the students with any and everything that we need in the classroom. So that's from preparing material for them to do assignments in the classroom, helping the teachers when they're actually teaching those assignments, helping kids to write, to cut, to glue, to show them everything they have to do as kindergartners. I also have to sit in meetings. I have to do the same training that a lot of the teachers have to do. And then after COVID, I've had to take clinical training and diabetes training so that if the nurse is absent, that we can take her position too, because we're short on nurses. We also have to be subs now because we don't have a lot of subs after COVID hit. So it's a lot of different things. I think it's positive. We try to keep the humor going. We try to find the comedy and everything. We work well together. We try to help each other when there's any difficult things that we have to deal with. We lean on each other for everything. We support each other for everything. It's a positive work environment, I guess. I was part of the PTA group. I was the treasurer for 2 years. And the principal basically said, you're here every day, you've been the room mom in every room for all of your girls here at Dowell and stuff. Would you be interested in starting off in the cafeteria as a lunchroom monitor? And I did that, and that was like maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. And then I went into the next year, and the next year they wanted me to be in the classroom, and I was in the pre-K classroom, and that was part-time. And then they lost the allotment for that for the next year. And then I went into an EBD room, which I didn't really want to. I was a little nervous about that because those kids are a little harder to deal with. So I did that for a year, full time. And then after the EBD room is how I got into kindergarten para after that. And that's where I've been ever since. I enjoy my job most of the time. There are times when we have to deal with difficult students or difficult parents, and sometimes that's not so fun. It is fun when you do see a child that starts at a low level and then they kind of blossom into this good student. Like for instance, there's this one student, Camilla, that I've known her from pre-K, and she didn't speak at all. And now all of a sudden she's in 6th grade, and it's like anytime I see her, she has like a paragraph to say to me, and it's just kind of nice to see her blossom into this different person. I actually went to school for advertising, and I worked in advertising when I lived in New York. And then after 9/11, I got married and had you. And so that kind of changed the course of what we chose to do. And then that's when we moved to Georgia, and then I stayed home for a little bit, and then I volunteered so much at the school that they said I might as well get a paycheck for coming in. And so I started doing that because it was helpful in me having the same days you guys had off, the same vacation time and stuff, and I didn't have to worry about daycare. So it was a convenient job, and it's close to home too. You have to have a lot of patience. You have to be able to love children, wanting to nourish them and wanting to see them grow. You have to be willing to deal with difficult kids, because we do have a lot more difficult kids. It's really just to keep an open mind, because every child is going to be different. Every situation is going to be different. You have a different type of parent now that don't necessarily teach their children. They put them in front of computers or in front of an iPad or in front of the TV. And so you have to deal with a child that's not as educated as you'd like them to be. So it's almost like starting from scratch. And you have to be willing to communicate with parents and stuff to make sure that you're all on the same page together. Because whatever plan you set for them at school, you want them to have set at home, so that they actually grow and that it's not a process of them starting all over when they come to school.